Okay, square numbers. These are my square numbers here that you can see. I wonder what you can see that they've all got in common. I'll give you a hint. It's got something to do with the repetition of their factors. And a square. This is where the square comes into it, except for this one. This one's a little harder to explain. We'll come back to the number 1. All right, so 4, I can make 4 with counters or dots into a square. Can you see my square there, 2 by 2? Because 2 times 2 is 4. 1 times 1 is 1. We can make it look like a little square if that'll be easier for you. Okay, well, what about 9? It's a building pattern. So I start here with my 2 by 2. What's 9? What times what is 9? That's right, 3 times 3. So there's my 3. 3 times 3. You see my square? Okay, so 3 times 3 is 9. So I wonder what it is for 16 then. I've got my 1 times 1. I've got my 2 times 2. I've got my 3 times 3. Wonder what 16 is. Yeah, that's right. It's 4 times 4. What are you seeing with the factors? Yeah, they're multiplying by themselves. 4 times 4. Now, you know the other way of writing for these numbers. We'll come to that in a moment. That's my 1 times 1. Here's my 2 times 2. Here's my 3 times 3. Here's my 4 times 4. There we go. So 25 is 5 times 5. And you guys should know your times table. So you should be able to say 6 6s are 36. So 36 is a square number. 7 7s are 49. So 49 is a square number. You got the idea. Now, you guys know that when we're doing measurement and we write meters squared, we write meters, that little 2 up there. Well, I could also write 1 squared, and that's 1. I could write 2 squared is 4. I could write 3 squared is 9. 4 squared is 16. 5 squared is 25. You get the idea? But I can do the reverse of that, which looks like this. You've asked me before about this little tick thing. That's the square root. I might just move it away from there because otherwise that's going to be a bit confusing for you. I can say the square root of 16 is 4. I can say the square root of 1 is 1. I can say the square root of 4 is 2. The square root of 9 is 3, because 3 times 3 is 9. The square root of 25 is 5, because 5 times 5 is 25. So let me give you this one then. What if I said to you, what is the square root of 81? It means what times itself is 81? We know 7 7s are 49, 8 8s are 64, 9 9s are 81. That's right, so the square root of 81 is 9. 9 squared is 81. 81 is a square number because I could make it with 9 rows of 9. And they're square numbers.